Hi everybody and welcome back to some more Ride 2 here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here, and in today's episode we're trying out another DLC bike. Also guys, I'm going to be doing a new feature on the channel. Now a lot of you are very active on the channel, leave a lot of comments. Now if I read a comment that I think is absolutely brilliant, I'm going to feature it on the channel, give you a bit of a shout out. It's just something extra on the channel, so if you leave loads of comments, keep on doing that and I will read some of them out. Right, let's get straight into the DLC bike, so here we go. And the bike is another Aprilia. Now every Aprilia I've used on this game so far has been awesome. Now this bike has a 1.2 litre engine, so this is going to be quite powerful. So we're going to jump into some events that we haven't done for a while, so let's get straight into that now guys, so here we go. Right guys, I decided to do the Nordschleife full circuit for the first event, and we are the lowest performance bike in the race, but hopefully we can compete. There's some real absolute powerful bikes in there, so let's get straight into that. Yeah, we'll leave the settings on that. Let's get straight into it, so here we go. Right, so here we go with the first event. Now the bike is fully maxed out, but it just came in under in this tour, but hopefully we should compete. The bikes are very similar, so hopefully we can do okay. Now we're riding on default settings, so we haven't adjusted anything, so I'm not sure how it's going to handle, but the Aprilias have been pretty good for me on this game. Oh god, I didn't like that first corner, understeering slightly, almost lost it, just touched a bit of curb, but hopefully we can compete, but I like a challenge. Let's see if we can get a nice turn in. Now this bike is very heavy, so it's not going to be the best turning into the corner, so we're going to have to be really good, but I think this bike does possess some decent acceleration and braking power, so that's where we're hopefully going to show our strengths. Let's see if we can get a nice turn in there, just holding it, trying to be nice and smooth, nice and tight. Can we get in there? Oh, we managed to take it, but oh god, just had a little bit of a moment there, but we managed just to turn it in and we're into the lead. But I'm not sure if we're going to have better top end. We're just going to have to find out when we get on the straights, and we're just holding them off at the moment. Let's get a nice turn into there, not overdoing it, slow it down, oh my god. And it's not doing too bad, nice and tight into there. And just hold it. Now we go over this section where you get a bit of air time. Let's just try and hold the maximum speed. I'm not sure what it's going to do. Top end, we're up to about 150, about 154 I think it did, so that's not the fastest. It's not like the Super Duke. The Super Duke is a similar bike to this, about the same sort of weight and engine size. Oh god, I touched a little bit of grass there as I tried to turn it in. It's not the easiest to turn into the corners, but yeah, this is very similar to the Super Duke, except for the Super Duke is a hell of a lot faster, and the performance points are very much, yeah, I think are quite a bit higher. I think the Super Duke's up to about 800 I think, so this bike wouldn't compete against the Super Duke, but for size and weight it's similar, probably, and its brake horsepower, it just doesn't, it just lacks that little bit of top end. But hopefully we should be alright. We're just managing to pull away slightly. Still struggling into the slow corners, but I thought the Nordschleife would be just a good test for this bike. Now we always do race bikes on the Nordschleife, so I thought doing a bike like this would be just giving it, you know, just changing things up. Also, we're going to try this bike in first person in this episode as well. We'll do a circuit race for the second event. Let's get nice and tight through there. We're not doing too bad, we're holding our own. When you just throw yourself into an event, you don't always know how this bike is going to perform, especially without adjusting anything, but it's okay at the moment. Oh, slow it down, oh god, but those good brakes helped me there, and we managed to survive and not crash, but they've caught up. So we're going to have to be careful through these next couple of corners. Let's try and get a nice turn into here. This can be quite difficult, turning up this section here, up the hill. I always find this very difficult, especially if you don't get it at the right speed. You start bobbing around, and they've caught up, and I can't get any traction. But I've just managed just to hold them off, so it is getting really tight now. There's a lot of bikes sitting behind me, so I can't afford too many more mistakes. Let's try and slow it down in here. I can see the marker. A bike is really trying to get past. Let's just try and be careful I don't get run off, and let's just try and keep it nice and tight through there. They've definitely got a bit more top end, I think, than I have. I'm just holding them off with just better cornering. But that's one of the strengths of the Aprilias. I think a lot of the Aprilias do handle very well. But this one being a little bit heavier, it's not as great as... Oh, God! I think it was just about to hit my back wheel there. They're getting really, really close now. We've got to be so careful. They do run the same lines, which is really difficult. You always try and take a different line into the corner just to avoid that contact. But it's sometimes you can't help making contact with the AI. It just happens. And you just got to hope your lucky stars and you're not the one that comes off. Oh, he's coming around the outside there. They're getting really close. He's going to get past them. Might just have to concede the position. Yeah, he's going to go around, hold the corner. Oh, bit of contact there. I think he came off. I do apologise. That's, like I said, sometimes you can't help it. That wasn't my fault. We went into the corner the same. That happens. And luckily it wasn't us that came off. But let's try and get a nice turn into there, slowing it down. I've got another bike sitting right behind me. Oh, God! Almost lost it there. Really struggled to accelerate there. Got to be careful. This bike does accelerate very, very quick. I think the acceleration was 8.1 or something, so it was pretty damn decent. Let's try and hold this, and we've lost the position. I thought they would get past sooner or later. Oh, look at that grass cutter. He's gone onto the grass. Even the AI are struggling to get these bikes around this Nordschleife full circuit, so it's not just me that's struggling. We're getting into the nitty gritty. This is when the corners get really, really tough. This is where you're going to see a lot of struggling. And again, look at that grass cutter. He's onto the grass again. Now, this bike in front is still holding the lead, considering it went on the grass twice so far. So let's see if we can get a little bit closer into the corners and see if we can nip up the inside of him if we get the opportunity. We're coming right to the end. We're up to, just over 5 minutes now. So we must be getting right close to the end. I'm not sure what sort of time we're going to do. I think we're going to do this in about just under 8 minutes. Yeah, we're definitely not going to come in the sort of times you do on a hypersport or a super sport bike, but we're doing okay. We've managed just to get back into the lead, but can we hold on to it? That is the thing. Let's try and get a nice line through here, onto the curb, slow it down into that right-hand turn, just trying to be really careful and stay off the grass. We're not going to try and cut the grass like the AI was a moment ago. Right, get nice and tight through there. Let's try and... Oh, God! Sometimes you can't help it. Even I couldn't help it through there. Really struggled to get it turned in. Definitely going to have to raise the bike slightly. Oh, God! He went straight past me on the grass there. And I've had to concede the position again. Oh, God! Just touched the back of his bike there as we tried to slow it down. Let's just try and get past him. No, we couldn't get past him in this corner. We're going to have to try and dive up the inside into this corner. Can we get a nice tight line? Oh, let's get around him. No, I don't think we're going to do it. Oh, God, we just managed to get past him, and we are back into the lead. Oh, did he come off there? Oh, my God, we only had slight contact. I think he came off there. God, dear. Since this update, they rebalanced the crashes that the AI were having where they run you into the corners, but I've noticed on the Pro Physics that the AI come off so easy. It's just like the minimal contact and they're off. I mean, I barely touched him there, or he barely touched me, whichever way you want to put it, and he came off. But it happens. That's twice in this race, but that bike was struggling, was going on the grass a lot. And we've managed to pull away, which is surprising because they were showing a little bit better speed on the top end, and we've managed to get to the end here. Can we hold on to it and finish off? We'll look at the time. We should be able to do under 8 minutes, which is absolutely brilliant. It's not been the quickest run. We have struggled a little bit, but we are running without any changes to the bike. We haven't set up anything, so it's not bad. So we get to the end. Nice victory wheelie. 7 minutes 42 seconds. It's not the quickest, but I'll take it. So we're going to do a circuit race in the next event, I think. Really test this bike out. The one thing I do like about this bike was the acceleration. It felt pretty decent. The braking power was okay. It didn't turn into the corners very well. Not as good as the Super Duke into the corners at all. The Super Duke handles a hell of a lot better than this Aprilia. But let's get into a circuit race and really put it to the test. So here we go. Right, guys, we're going to try this Argentinian circuit, and I think we're going to race in first person for this next event. So let's get straight into it, guys. Right, let's see what we're up against in this race. Let's see if they've mixed it up again. Pretty much the same sort of bikes as the Nordschleife full circuit race. Let's see if we can win this, guys. Again, we're the lowest performance points bike, but let's see if we can win. So here we go. Right, guys, so we're going to be racing in first person. Let's see if this bike handles okay around here. So this has got some tricky corners on it. This isn't the greatest into the corners, but we will try our best. We still haven't adjusted anything, so we're just going to go with it. Let's get a nice turn into there. We're not the quickest into the slow corners, but we do possess some brilliant acceleration, and we've managed just to power out that corner, and there you go. It accelerates up to about 140 really quickly, and that's where we're doing really well in these events. So let's see if we can get a nice turn into this section, hold the speed. It doesn't feel too bad through there. That's a lot better than I was doing in the Nordschleife. I'm getting used to the braking on this bike. It has really good braking, which is helping into the slow corners. You can get to the speed down really quickly, and you can take that little bit more speed into the corner, because you know you can stop the bike, but you just got to be careful. Can we slip past through that section? And we've accelerated really well. Oh my god, absolutely powered through there, and we should be able to take another place. We're up to P2. Can we slow it down? Let's get nice and tight onto the apex there, and we're up to P2. Can we hold on to it though? This is a slightly different version. I don't think this is the full circuit. No, it's the slightly different one, so we've got to be careful. Oh my god, it went around the outside there, and it, oh god, just mucked up my position. I was really taken back by that. I wasn't expecting to come around the side there, and we've dropped down a place, but I still try and stick with them. The leader's starting to pull away. I thought we might struggle on a circuit like this. This is the reason why I chose it, just to see if we can really test ourselves. Now, these are the sections I was worried about for this bike. Oh my god, almost didn't brake at all there. Went into there way too hot. It's round sections like this, because this bike doesn't have very good turning on it. It's really difficult to turn in, but we use that acceleration as soon as we stand the bike up. Can we get around the outside of this bike here? Let's just try and hold it. Oh, it really doesn't like the tight turns. Oh god, it really threw me out there. The back end just sort of kicked slightly. Had to back off so we didn't come off, but we've pulled away from the main group, so it's just the 3 bikes that have pulled away, so it might be just a race. Oh god, again we've powered. The acceleration does help on this bike. We managed just to catch up there, and we're back into P2. Let's just hold up this position if we can into the second lap, and just be aware he's just behind me. I don't want to get run off into one of these slow corners, and let's go over the finish line. We're definitely not the quickest round here, so we're going to have to be better in the corners if we want to win this race. Let's get nice and tight into here, slow it down, and just try and hold it onto that apex there and get a good drive. Again, the acceleration is coming into play. We are slightly catching up, I think, as we get up to our maximum speed. I think this bike in the last event we've got, I think it does about just over 150 miles an hour, which is still very quick. If you've ever ridden a bike, that is crazy speed, especially on a bike with no fairing. You really do feel it. Literally wants to rip you off the bike as you get to those sort of speeds. Nice and tight into there. Try and hold it, get a good acceleration. We are starting to gain on the leader here. Can we get past him in this lap, or is it going to go down to the last lap? Is it going to be a really close race? Let's try and get a nice turn. Oh god, he's cut me off there. I was going to go around the outside, but I thought better of it. Let's just slow it down. There's no point trying to get past him in this slow corner and getting taken off. Let's get a nice tight line into there. That's not too bad, holding the speed and just using that acceleration just to keep up with him. He's managed just to pull away slightly there, and definitely a little bit quicker into the corners on the bike that he's on. Let's just try and get a nice turn into there. That's not too bad. Onto the apex and drive. Getting a nice drive out of that corner, and we've got to get a little bit tight into this section if we want to catch up. No, it wasn't. Slightly wider. We didn't brake. Use that front brake to get that front end turned in enough, but we can just try and get a better entry into this section. Slow it down. No, gone slightly too wide again, and that's making us really lose a lot of time through there, and they've caught up just behind me, so we've got to be aware that there's bikes that are sitting right behind me, and we've got to be careful into the slow corners, just making a little bit of a check there to make sure I know where they are, because sometimes when they come up the inside and you turn in, you make contact, sometimes you come off, sometimes they come off. I wanted it to be a clean race if we can have one. Nice drive through there. That was much better. I managed to get it turned in and got an awesome drive through there, and we should be able to close the gap down a little bit going into the final lap. Nice and tight onto the apex. Had to slow it down slightly there. Don't want to overdo it and come up on this last lap. And let's see if we can go into the last lap and really try and push this bike and try and get a win. Also guys, don't forget to look in the description below to all the dates for the premium packs and the free packs that are coming in the new year. There's still going to be loads of DLC bikes to try out, plus loads of bikes that I haven't tried out that were already on the game. There's a few I've got in mind that I want to try out in the next couple of episodes, and I will talk about that very, very soon. Right, let's see if we can get past him here, going into that corner. I couldn't go up the inside there, I had to back off, and I had to concede that position. I was going to go for it, then I thought better of it, and don't want to come off. We're so close to winning this race. If we can just nail one of these corners, we should be okay. Can we get a nice drive out there? Oh god, the back end just bobbed around a bit there as I tapped the power on a little bit too early there, but we managed just to hold on to it. See if we can get a good drive around there. Is he going to close me down again? No, I took it. I went for it. I thought, no, you're not going to close me down, and I've managed to get past him, but he's definitely quicker into the slow corners. Let's see if we can hold him off. Oh god, we're over. Oh god, just understeered there slightly. Is he going to come around the outside, or is he going to come up the inside into this slow section? It's really, really tight. I can see the marker there. Oh, onto the apex. Flipped it over there. Can I hold on to it? Oh, that wasn't the cleanest through there, but as long as we can hold the lead, it'll do. Right, coming to the last corners of the race. This is going to be really, really close. Just one mistake and we will not win this race. As long as we can at least get second, that would be awesome. Nice and tight onto there. That's a little bit better. Managed to turn it over. Now we just got to nail these corners and just hope that this bike behind us doesn't crash into us into the last section. Oh god, almost didn't turn it there. Almost went into the wall, and we should be okay now, guys. As long as we don't muck this corner up, just being really, really careful through there. Had to slow down. I wasn't going to risk going around there really quick, but I think we should be okay. We are starting to pull away. We definitely do better with this acceleration on this bike. It is absolutely brilliant. That is one of the strong points, but having a 1.2 litre engine underneath you, it's going to have some power. And the last corner, and we should be able to do it. Now, this bike wasn't too bad. Even without any adjustments, it was okay. You could make it a hell of a lot better. It's not as good as the Super Duke. I definitely prefer the Super Duke just for the handling and the power it possesses. But the acceleration on this bike is pretty decent, and the braking power is pretty good. But I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I think we've got a couple more DLC bikes still to try out, but in the next episode I'm going to try something different, one that's already in the store. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and a comment, and I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.